Hit the light.
That was a different one. I don't know what that one does.
Sound like a robot voice or something?
Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button.
Yo, who has a better intro than this?
I'm just kidding, I don't have an intro.
I'm not starting until we get 69. 68. All right, fine. We'll start at 68. It's all good. Yeah. What's going on, my people? It is Lunchtime Live on Run It Back Philly. You know the drill. Algo Gang. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. If you're subscribed to the channel, you're cool. You're one of the coolest people on the planet, to be honest with you. If you watch these and you're not subscribed to the channel, you're a fraud. So you got to hit the sub button, man. We just passed 19,000. Let's get to 20,000 this season. That's what we're doing. Let's do it. The merch is at... Why is my phone ringing? Oh, dude. That call can wait. Kind of important, but not important enough. Buy the merch. RunItBackPhillyShop.com. Trust issues. You know, we all trusted the process. It left us with trust issues. But there's reason for us to be optimistic again. Or we're just coming right on back to get our hearts ripped out like we do every season. But basically on this show, we're going to talk about James Harden returning, what he looked like at practice, a couple of comments that teammates made about him returning, and just like whether or not we really think the issue is squashed that quickly. Because there's kind of a narrative out there that like it's over, it's done, the drama's gone. And I just, I would love for the drama to be gone. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I would love for the drama to be gone. I would love to be able to just talk about the damn basketball team and what they're going to look like this season. But I don't want to jump the gun. I don't want to... I don't want to jump the gun on that, man. Let's get it started. Oh, one more thing. If you want to contribute to the show and make sure you are heard and seen, all you got to do is become a member of the channel or drop super chats. As the show grows, as more hundreds of people are here live, it just gets harder and harder to read the chat. A lot of times I try not to because people say dumb things. People say hater things. People are just in there arguing and shit. You know what I mean? So if you feel like you have something that can really contribute to the show, a question, comment, topic, your opinion on something, and you really want me to see it, the only real way to do that is to be a member of the channel or to drop super chats. I just want to let you know that. And it helps me out as a content creator. So let's get into the business. 141 people in here. Hit the like button. 141 likes. That's what we need. And the question right off the bat is the James Harden situation solved? Is it over? Is it done? He got fined one time. He realized, this isn't going to work. Me playing this game isn't going to get me anywhere. And he came back to training camp, and he did not cause any distractions, even though it was threatened by people telling Woj to say things on ESPN or whatever else. Nobody fell for it. Nobody cared. He came back to training camp, and there were no distractions. The James Harden Stan Boy Mafia, we'll call it. They have crawled out from under the rock they were hiding under, and they are just out here like an army of angry 9-year-olds, because essentially that's what they are. Somebody reminded me that on Twitter yesterday, and I was like, you're right, man. What am I doing out here even responding to an army of 9-year-olds? What am I, hanging out on a elementary school playground? You know what I mean? But they have come back out to let us all know that we were wrong. We hate James Harden for no reason. He's going to be great now. And the Sixers are going to be good because James is back. So that's the topic we got to tackle, okay? So first of all, is the James Harden situation resolved? I don't want to jump the gun because I saw your comment, somebody, right when I first went live. It said, what did it say, bro? It said, no way James Harden suits up at all. And I'm sorry. Oh, there it is. Daryl Pryor. What up, man? Where you at? There you go. There's no way Harden suits up. And that's why I don't want to jump the gun, because Harden being at training camp because he was going to get fined, or because he got fined and he didn't want to get fined more, or whatever it was, is one thing. James Harden actually, this thing actually going into the regular season and James Harden actually putting on a Sixers uniform and playing for the Sixers is another step that I would need to see before I believe that, we're locked in and we're all in. I know James doesn't want to be here. Everybody knows James doesn't want to be here. Everybody knows it. But we need to get to the point where we believe James, even if it's just for his own best interest, is going to play basketball to the best of his ability for the Philadelphia 76ers, right? If I see that and I start to believe that, then I'm good with it, because I don't really care at the end of the day where he goes or when he goes there. If you're going to show up and lend your skills to this basketball team, that's what we want, right? And my disdain for the guy's personality still has nothing to do with how good of a basketball player he is when he wants to be one. So obviously the Philadelphia 76ers are better with James Harden trying and giving effort than without him. So like I said, if I feel like he's locked in and he's really going to play to the best of his ability, then let's do it. You know what I mean? I still am very interested to see how it goes with the Nick Nurse style of offense because of the ball sharing, the, not so much ball dominant, not so much one guy having the ball. And we're going to talk about that because some players made some comments about that. And it's just the Doc Rivers slander is getting, it just warms my heart, man. It just warms my heart. That guy is such an arrogant son of a bitch. That guy is such a condescending prick. And I watched him in the media talk to the fans, me included, and call me stupid and tell me I didn't know what I was talking about and tell us that Ben Simmons didn't need to shoot the ball and tell us that this guy has been wrong for years. He thinks he's on Greg Popovich's level, and bro, if I could just sit around, I would sit around for weeks and listen to Doc Rivers slander. That's how happy it makes me. Anyway. Yeah, let's start here. 203 people in here. Everybody hit the like button. Let's go. Where's my thing at? Here we go. Boom. Window capture. Yeah. There you go. The Sixers are crop it out, boy. the Sixers are optimistic that their situation with James Harden could be resolved. Could be resolved. Over the past 48 hours, the 76ers had expressed hope and optimism that at some point, this situation could be resolved. I just think that people are fooling themselves a little bit by seeing him at one practice and saying, he's back, we're good, the drama's over, it's done. We have a chance to win it all. We're now a contender because we got James back. All of these things. It's what I'm seeing on the internet. You know, sometimes I wish there wasn't the internet because I feel like it just influences people's opinions sometimes. It becomes hard to give your own opinion when you're constantly seeing things out there, but you need to look at it like this. If James is locked in, like he was last year, we still didn't make it out of the second round. Because James Harden locked in is still just a regular season thing. And yeah, he dropped 2 great games in the playoffs, but he had 4 horrible ones, especially when it mattered the most. So even with no drama, is James Harden being locked in going to get you to the promised land? Now you add the drama, you add the whole offseason thing, and he came back for 1 practice, and we're going to be better than we were last season. I'm just saying pump. Obviously, I hope we are. I'm just saying pump the brakes a little bit. That's all I'm saying. And I do believe we have the potential to be better than we were last year. But it has nothing to do with James Harden. And we're going to talk about that. Sam Amick, this little geezer, this little weasel Sam Amick, still out here stirring the pot. Still out here on The Athletic, the company that employs Shams Charania also. First of all, clickbait, because you click it and you got to pay to read the article, so take it all with a grain of salt. And if the drama is almost over, then this type of stuff just feels like writers like Sam Amick are now just trying to squeeze the last juice out of the apple. You know what I mean? Whatever it is. They're at the end of the damn tube of toothpaste, and they're just rolling that son of a bitch. I know there's some more in there. I know there's some more James Harden drama in here for me to get people to pay to read the article. I know there's some more in here. Sam Amick says James Harden intends to keep the Sixers guessing about what he might do next. How do you know that? How do you know this, Sam? Sam Amick says James Harden intends to keep the Sixers guessing about what he might do next, despite there being a strong sense from the team that Harden arriving to training camp today was a step in the right direction towards reconciliation. Harden is still as adamant as ever that he wants to trade to the Clippers and that he has no intention of truly mending these fences with the Sixers. So it's one of two things, right? It's either James Harden showing up to training camp and his team saying, listen, go to training camp, don't get fined, get the money, and we will continue to put out the narrative to let everybody know, hey, yeah, he's at training camp, but he still doesn't want to play for you. Pump your brakes. He still wants to be traded to the Clippers. And if you think it's resolved, he's going to keep you guessing. Or it's resolved, and these are just writers that are grasping at, like I said, the last juice of the apple and trying to get the more clicks out of it until it's finally completely over. From the first practice, it does not seem like James Harden is trying to keep the Sixers guessing. It doesn't seem like he's whatever, doing something and trying to keep him guessing about what he might do next. I mean, he showed up to practice. Well, I guess we'll have to see, when we find out what went down at practice today. But what I saw, I have no reason to believe that James is going to pull some kind of antic. If the antic was going to happen, it would have happened yesterday. So who knows what to think of these sports writers and all of their, clickbait material. But there's that. There is that. Sam Amick is stirring the pot. And one little more nugget here. Shout out to Sean Bernard for keeping me in the loop. Over the past 48 hours, the 76ers have expressed hope and optimism that at some point the situation would be resolved. To that end, Harden on Friday was paid the 25% of his contract he was scheduled to receive by Sunday, after already having received the 25% payment he was scheduled to receive on July 1st. So Harden got paid on July 1st, and then he got paid on Friday after he told everyone he wasn't coming. He missed one day. I would assume the Sixers and the NBA were like, hey, man, you got 25% of $37 million coming at your bank account if you show up. But you got to show up. You got to show up, right? So that could be, that could be a major reason that he showed up. That's probably the reason that he showed up. Like, let's keep it a buck here. That's probably the reason that he showed up. It's time to go fishing. It's time to go fishing. Because here's what happened, okay? And look, somebody in the chat the other day said, I'm fishing. All I do on this show is fish. I lie about things. I make shit up. I'm fishing. And so I decided to double down. And every episode now, we're going to have a segment where it's time to go fishing. All right? So it's time to go fishing because that's what I do. So I'm going to tell you straight up what happened between James Harden, the Philadelphia 76ers, and Daryl Morey. Here's exactly what happened. Daryl Morey said, James, listen, I can't trade you if you don't come to training camp. I can't trade you if you don't come to practice. I can't trade. The reason you didn't get the contract is because Josh called me. He told me not to give it to you because you weren't good. You didn't get out of the second round. If you would have led the team out of the second round, Josh would have said, okay, pay the man. Josh Harris sitting down there on his yacht, counting all his billions of dollars. He's the one who didn't want to pay you, not me. I had to save my own job by not paying you. Now look, I know you don't want to be here. I know you still want to be traded to the Clippers. Come to practice. Come to training camp. Just show up. Give me a little bit more time. You don't have to play for us. This is what happened. I'm telling you. I am an inside source. I am not an inside source. I am 100% fishing. But this is what happened. Daryl said, I know you don't want to be here. I know you don't want to play for us. You don't have to. I just need a little more time. The Clippers aren't budging. The Clippers think they have all the leverage. They're not going to offer us anything in a trade if you completely refuse to show up. If you show up and you look like you're ready to go and locked in, and you look like you're ready to start the season for the Philadelphia 76ers, and we get our media teams to go out there and put out all the tweets and all the reports, it's over, it's resolved. James is back. The Sixers, the situation is resolved. They're moving forward with this season with James Harden at point guard. They're no longer trading him. We have then closed the door on the Clippers. They then have to make the next move and offer more. And at that point, I can trade you. So come back. Let our media team do the work. Look like you're locked in at practice. And just give me a little bit of time. And I'll get you to the Clippers before the season starts. You won't even have to put on a Sixers jersey. You won't have to walk in front of Philly fans. Just come to training camp and work. And I'll trade you before the season starts. I'm just here to drop knowledge. I'm just here to give you the facts, bro. When are they gonna start listening to me? That's what happened. So James Harden is still 100% going to be traded before the season starts, and it's going to be for a 3-team deal between the Clippers, the Chicago Bulls, and the Philadelphia 76ers that lands Zach LaVine in Philly. You heard it here first, and it's happening before the season starts. What can I do, bro? It just comes to me naturally. It just comes to me naturally, dude. I can't help it. It's a gift. What do you guys think of that? Agree or disagree with that? Bello says facts. Let's go, bro. Facts and truth. Let's go. Sorry, why would Harden play hard to lose good teammates on the Clippers? Because if he doesn't play hard, he can't go to the Clippers! What are you talking about? If he doesn't play hard, he doesn't get traded to the Clippers. He doesn't have teammates on the Clippers. He's not on the Clippers. David Mullen, member of the channel. That's right. It's actually so plausible. See? I think a little deeper about these things, man. Nah, I wish, but seems too far-fetched. Okay. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. I still don't see how Harden will fit in with Nick Nurse's system. Yeah, I have to say that I don't really see it either. Pass on that LaVine idea. Tyrese Maxey, year 4, point guard, Nick Nurse system of ball sharing and movement without the ball and team chemistry, and you put Maxey at the point guard and you put LaVine at the maybe small forward. I don't know. I'm like, look, that's better than James not being there, or I honestly think that's better than James being there right now. This is live footage of what being a Sixers fan does to you. Yeah. It's just, it is what it does to you, man. It makes you a little bit crazy. Anyway, let's move on. Nick Nurse is proving that Doc Rivers was the problem. Nick Nurse is proving that Doc Rivers was the problem. We have footage of Sixers practice from yesterday. We have quotes from Sixers players praising the philosophy of Nick Nurse, praising what's going on at practice, and praising how the style of play is going to be so much different than what we witnessed the past couple of years. Nick Nurse is proving that Doc Rivers was the issue. 300 people in here. Everybody hit the like button. Let's start with my guy, Daniel House Jr. First of all, I like to call him Danny Brown because if you guys don't know who Danny Brown is, he used to be a rapper. He's from Detroit, has a high-pitched voice. They kind of look alike. Not really. That's an insult to Daniel House, to be honest with you. But Danny Brown is now a podcast comedian, and he's funny as hell. And I think Daniel House is funny as hell also. And here's what he said about Doc Rivers.
Obviously, it's very early, but how would you contrast the different types of concepts that you have with Doc versus Nick?
Bro, he's laughing already. He's like, yeah, I'm about to stir the pot, boy.
It's not early. I can tell you the difference now. Nah, I'm messing with you. I ain't gonna get into all that. But no, it's just a lot more selfless basketball. It's not so much of two guys having the ball. Doc is two guys ball dominant. Nick Nurse is everybody play together. everybody work for each other, help cut to get your brother an open shot. So
Help, cut, and get your butt to an open shot. Help, cut, and get your butt. Help and cut? I don't think help and cut were part of Doc Rivers' vocabulary whatsoever.
ball dominant. Nick Nurse's everybody play together, everybody work for each other, help cut to get your brother an open shot. So
I'll get your brother an open shot. Well, you know what I meant.
you can see the difference night and day.
The difference is night and day. Boy, I'm excited for that. Tobias Harris, shout out to RB Philly Take. Tobias Harris on Nick Nurse's system. I think this is going to be a very good year of seeing a real offensive flow on the floor. And you can ask anybody in here, they're really excited for that. So, Tobias Harris, who Doc Rivers probably deserves some credit for him still even being here because he was played so much last year, even when he was a bad fit at times and just was bad at times. Tobias Harris, and they're not even trying to slander Doc. I mean, Daniel House said his name straight up, but they're not really trying to slander him. It's just natural because they're explaining, what they're seeing out here. But I think this is going to be a very good year of seeing a real offensive flow on the floor. Man, the offense was so bad under Doc Rivers, guys. It was so bad. And we were watching it and we were like, what is this? What is this? Everybody's standing around, one guy dribbling the ball. Defense crashes, nobody cuts, nobody rotates. You had two players in the same corner sometimes. Tyrese Maxey was talking about how you couldn't read the clipboard half the time. Like, it was not even close to good. Doc Rivers was that bad. And, yeah, I'm excited. I think, and that's because he had a pecking order. And I talked about the pecking order all the time. And that like couple of months, or that 1 month where, like, Harden had an injured foot, Embiid had an ankle issue, Maxey had an injury, and it was the bench was playing, and they were playing better than the starters because Doc Rivers' plan was out the window. Literally, the team was better with no coach versus Doc Rivers trying to implement his first, second, third order game plan. So I'm interested to see, very interested to see, what it looks like with more of a team chemistry, sharing the ball situation, especially with a guy like Joel Embiid and with a guy like potentially James Harden. Very interested to see what that looks like. We have about a minute and a half footage of yesterday's Sixers practice. And I'm just going to watch it and react to it because there's a lot of stuff going on here. And where the heck is it? Is that it? Oh. We got to do the crop thing again here. Hold on. Behind the scenes with DJ Eastwood with no producer. It's not a real show. It's not a real podcast. It's just me in my attic playing around on OBS. Is that going to... that's good enough. That's good enough. Let's watch it. James, what other development does he needs? He fits with everyone on it. What? Sixers need tough love. I agree with that. The mix of players are wrong. Love Maxey, but he isn't on Embiid, Harris, or Harden's timeline. Blow it up or you have to move him. We don't have time to develop. Sorry, you Maxey lovers. Bro, he averaged 20 points per game last season on 42% from three. One of the best pull-up shooters in the entire NBA at 22 years old. And he was what? The third option? Come on, bro. Now, let's move on. See why you can't always read the chat? All right, here's the Sixers practice yesterday. Let's watch it. Let's talk about it. There's James. Oh my God! I already see more passes than I've ever seen in a Sixers recent offense in my entire life. Look at this. We're running plays here, guys. We're running plays. This is an offense, and we're running plays. We haven't seen this for 3 seasons. Well, I guess Brett Brown didn't really run plays either. Brett Brown actually ran more plays than Doc Rivers, which is crazy because he hardly ran any. So we're actually practicing where you should be on the floor when the play starts. Who should get the ball first? Who should get the ball next? Harden hands off to Tobias. Tobias, one dribble, kicks to PJ. Sets a down screen and moves to the back corner. Back up to Harden. He drives. Now Tobias is over in the corner where he should be. Bang! I used to make jokes and say, I run better plays on 2K than Doc Rivers does. But I was being serious, man. I was being serious. I'm very excited for real, strategic, offensive basketball. Very excited for that. Here's Maxey with the ball. Was that a PJ cut? No, it went back out. Look, still, and he shot it. He shot it. We got to actually, make sure he shoots the ball this year, too, instead of being pump fake PJ over there in the corner. So Maxey starts with the ball, kicks up who the hell's that guy? I don't even know who that is. Over to PJ, down to Joel. PJ fake cut or sets a down screen for Maxey. Maxey comes around a down screen, dribble handoff to Joel. Woo! Maxey getting the ball downhill. And say the defense steps up right here. PJ slides over to the corner. Bang. Or Maxey comes off the down screen from PJ. Handoff from Joel. And he's too fucking fast for anybody to stop him coming downhill, and he gets to the rim. I'm telling you, man. Tell me I'm overreacting, but this offense might be unstoppable. Tell me I'm overreacting, but this offense might be unstoppable. That's it. Book it. Sixers are winning a championship. All right, well, we got a minute and 28 seconds here. I'm only 18 seconds in. I'm making this way too long. All right, what do we got here? Is that Danny Green? DeAnthony Melton. Harden, Melton, dunks on Harden. That was a little walkthrough. That one doesn't really count. Who's that guy? Is this a coach? Who the hell's the green jersey? Harden playing defense. Oh, look! Oh, a little shoulder action. Hey, listen, man. You got Harden out here in high altitude. You got Harden out here in Colorado playing defense on a Tuesday in October. Hey, that tells me everything I don't want to jump the gun. I don't want to jump the gun. But Harden's working right now harder than Ben Simmons did when he came to training camp and got kicked out. So I got to give it to him. He showed up and he's working. I got to give it to him. Hopefully it continues. Get the fuck out of here. Look at his shoulder. Pow, coach. Green jersey. Boom. Oh, my God. This is so much fun. Maxey to Joel. Handoff. Oh, there's the behind the back. And Joel looks at Mo Bamba. There's a little bit something there. Right? So I want to see a lot more of this season. We saw it a little bit last season, but it was really only at times where Harden was out. Sometimes Doc would take Harden out and Embiid out at the same time and leave Maxey out there with nobody to run a two-man game with. We always thought it was crazy. We're like, either Harden and Maxey should be on the floor at all times. Like, they should be switching back and forth. But at times we would see Maxi and Embiid two-man game, and even, you know, some games where they were playing without Harden, I thought it was great. Like, I thought Maxi hit Joel on the pick and pops a lot. I thought he hit him on the pick and rolls nicely. And if they were practicing this all summer now, and they're going to practice it all training camp, I think Maxi and Embiid can be a damn good two-man game for our squad. Maxi, the behind the back to Embiid, he sees Mo Bamba, and he says, okay, Mo. Okay, Mo. I did this to you when you were in Orlando. You're not going to guard me. Let's be serious here. Big shoulder, big elbow, big shoulder, and one finish. We out here. What else we got? Maxi all the way to the rim. Oh, the lefty dunk. Did he just get an ISO right here? Is this against the Delaware Bluecoats or what? Who's that white guy? Is that Petrosev? I have no idea who that is. Is there just random people here? Hey, you guys want to defend the Sixers? Come on in. I'm just kidding. We're ready. We're ready for year 4 Tyrese Maxey. We're ready for Maxey's season, man. We're ready. We are ready. Maxey handoff to Joel. Back to Maxey. Reach, foul, and one over Mo. Come on, Mo. You got to block that. You're in position. He's 6'2". You're 7'9". Block that. But that's even better on Tyrese Maxey to be able to finish that over top of a guy with that much length. Pause. There we go. Let's see. Maxey all the way in again. Dime to, who's that? Melton underneath. Is that, who's got the whistle there? I thought that was Nick Nurse for a second. Reffing the damn game. Oh, yeah. I am excited for this. Oh, I minimized the chat. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Because Nick Nurse's offense is going to have so much more movement, so much more strategy, so many more plays run. It's going to look a lot different. Maybe I'm just being a sucker Sixers fan and getting pulled back into, you know, the Sixers being the Sixers. But I'm excited for it, man. I'm excited for it. Chantel Brito, thank you for the super chat. Primetime speech, he threw inadvertent shots at Embiid and Harden. He said how the main guys duck each other and how he don't believe in leaders that ask for trades. Yeah, he was talking about competition. He was talking about how bad do you want it, you know? He was kind of talking about how back in the day and his time growing up, you know, Michael Jordan wanted to go right back at the Detroit Pistons every single year. When two great teams played each other, the two best players wanted to go at each other to prove who the best was. And he said that, you know, in this era, you know, that's been lost a little bit. And I guess that kind of was a shot at Embiid because Embiid went at Jokic when they were in Philly, but then, you know, he was kind of wrong. He was making it sound like that never happens. It happens. Embiid went at Jokic when they were in Philly. He dropped, 47, 15, and 7. Kicked his ass. Hit a game-winning shot on his face. But then, yeah, they matched up again in Denver, and Embiid ducked the smoke. He didn't play. But he did say that, you know, a lot of times the best player is not guarding the best player and things like that. But a lot of times that's just strategy. A lot of times you put your best defender on the best player. A lot of times your best offensive player is not your best defensive player. So, you know, but I get what he was saying. Leaders, I don't know. I don't remember what he said about leaders and asking for trades, but I liked the speech by Dion. I thought it was good, and I thought players like Joel Embiid need to hear stuff like that because, you know, yeah, you did an amazing thing. You've had an amazing run coming from where you came from and getting all the way to where you are in the NBA and winning an MVP. But do you want to win the whole thing? Do you want to be deep into the playoffs? Do you want to be in the NBA Finals? Do you want to fight for championships? It's going to take that little extra effort. You still haven't done enough. You still haven't done enough. You got to go harder. You got to go harder. And in Game 6 and Game 7 of those playoff series, he did not go harder. He folded. Him and James Harden both folded. And it was sad to see. And now it's time, Joel. It's time. It's time to go harder. It's time to get your team to where they should be. It's time for you to step up and be a leader in those games, in those Game 7s. So we'll see. We will see. Nick Nurse Nut. Hey. Pause. Dude, if we see some fast break Maxi dunks this season, the whole arena might lose their hearing. I'm excited for it. We've seen fast break Maxi dunks, like wide open fast breaks, but imagine he comes around and dribble handoff downhill after coming down off of a pin down screen, which is, strategy, having several tactics within a play to get a player in momentum, to get the defense at a disadvantage, to get the defense chasing. Imagine he comes around a double screen or a pin down dribble handoff and just posters somebody at the rim. That would make the arena go nuts. James Harden did that for Rockets when they went to Western Conference Finals, and he did it once. He asked for a trade from Rockets. Harden can play defense when he wants to. I remember a crucial playoff game for the Rockets where James Harden had the ball in the fourth quarter, one possession game. He was in the corner, dribbling down into the corner. He leaned in to try to draw an off-ball foul. Not an off-ball foul, but he leaned in to try to draw a foul on the floor. They didn't call it, and he literally walked out of bounds with the ball in his hands for a turnover. I'm sorry. James Harden has always been hard to watch. He's always been he's been foul baiting his whole career. And I've seen him so many times try to draw fouls instead of trying to put the ball in the hoop. And then I watched it last year in a Sixers uniform and the year before that. Anyway. Thanks for picking me, DJ. I changed my name for this season. You changed your name for this season, Nick Nurse Nut. Problem is James Harden only wants 2 so he can get traded. This won't continue. We'll see, man. We'll see. Raps Love, Philadelphia Sixers fans, what do you think about Nick Nurse's... What? Sixers fans, what you think about Nick Nurse is completely wrong. She is terrible as a head coach, and you will see why very soon. I'm sorry I have to break this to you. Raps fan, I want to say this to you, man. And shout out to you. Thanks for being here. I don't know why you called Nurse a she. Maybe he's a they. I'm not sure. But was it Sam? What was it? Not Sam Presti. What the hell's the GM's name? Anyway, was it the roster or was it Nick Nurse? Was it the roster or was it Nick Nurse? Because Nick Nurse has 2 championships in the British League. He has a championship in the G League. And he has a championship in the NBA. He has won championships in multiple leagues with multiple different rosters, different styles of play. Seems pretty damn adaptive to me. And when he had the talent in Toronto, they went straight to the NBA Finals and won the championship in his first season as a head coach. As an assistant coach, before he was promoted, he was heralded as bringing more movement, more ball sharing, more team defense, and more three-point shooting to the team. And then he was promoted to head coach and won the championship his first year. Then Kawhi Leonard goes back to LA. They were still pretty good the next season. But then the roster started to fall apart. And at the end of the day, when you have Fred VanVleet and Pascal Siakam as your number 1 and 2, it doesn't matter if Phil Jackson or Larry Brown or Greg Popovich or the most winning coach, whoever that is in the history of the game is the coach, the roster's not good enough. That's my take on it. Sick of you guys praising Nick Nurse. I feel sorry for you guys to think he's something he's not. Well, I just told you why you're wrong. You need to listen. You need to start listening more and talking less. But thanks for being here. And the Raptors are about to trade Pascal Siakam. And they have a bunch of issues going on. So, you should probably focus on that team. Philadelphia's looking like a play-in. Okay, now you're just... Again, you could put Joel Embiid on the floor with 4 kids from the movie The Ringer, and they would make the playoffs. Yeah, I just said that. So stop it. But thank you for the content at the end of this stream. It was very much appreciated. I appreciate you for being here and hanging out and giving your 2 cents, my guy. That's all I got, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, we'll see what happens at Sixers practice today, and we'll come right back and comment on all of those things. But for right now, James Harden's situation looks resolved. I said what I think about what actually happened. We'll see if I'm right. But I'm going to let you know, the only time I've ever been wrong is when I thought I was wrong.